Now it's your turn to create your very own Kusama pumpkin art. We're going to start with just a white piece of paper, and this is watercolor paper, so it has a little more grit to it. And your pumpkin can be this way or this way. I don't really mind. It's completely up to you how you want to orientate your paper. We're going to start our pumpkin, and the easiest way is with a pencil. You're going to use one of your normal pencils. I'm using a heavy pencil so you can see my lines. And the first thing I like to do is kind of visualize a space for my pumpkin. So I'm going to look at where kind of the top of my pumpkin is, and then where the bottom of my pumpkin may be. And this is going to be my center part of my pumpkin. To start your pumpkin, you're going to just sweep out and make a center fold of your pumpkin. I'm going to go to the other side and swing out, keeping in the same direction, and sweep out, keeping in the same direction, sweep out, keeping in the same direction. Sometimes this line will come back and meet here. Sometimes it'll be a little bit closer as it comes out, but again, pumpkins are completely organic, so they do not have to be perfect. Now I'm going to do my other side. I'm going to swing out and swing in, swing out and swing in, and swing out and swing in. And there I've created this pumpkin. The next part of maybe the stem, and what I like to do is just make a oval and bring that two sides of the stem down to meet the pumpkin. So that's all we need to do now. When you are drawing, your lines are going to be very faint. You do not want to press too hard. I don't even know if you can see this, but go very lightly when you're drawing your pumpkin. Again, you needed to see my pumpkin, so I drew it very, very heavy with a heavier pencil. Next thing we need to do is create the illusion of this pumpkin, and we're going to use dots because Kusama uses dots. So you can pick any color you prefer. We're going to use oil pastels, but again, I'm leaving it up to you to pick the color you want your pumpkin to be. The first thing I'm going to do is make a dot in the center of a row. And as my dots progress, they're going to get a little bit smaller as they go from top to bottom. Now I'm going to start my next row. And again, I want them to be a little bit smaller. And again, going bigger to smaller. You may run out of room. Starting here. Keep them medium and then get smaller. They don't have to be totally perfect. But we're going to create this illusion of depth. I can probably do one more here. And getting smaller as I go to my tips. And then along these little creases, I'm going to put a tiny little pumpkin. Now for you at home or in the classroom, you can, if your lines are too dark, I would suggest before you begin erasing them so you just barely see them. So I'm going to do that on this side. You may not have to do this because you may have drawn your lines very, very lightly to begin with, but for me, I'm going to need to do this because my lines are so heavy. Okay, so you can start to see that it's making this appearance. So along this little center part, I'm gonna keep them very tiny, because again, we're creating a bit of an illusion. Now this is my next section of pumpkin, and again, I want to start in the middle and go big to small, and keeping with that curve, like so. And then my next layer, medium, kind of down to small. And start. It's more if you have the room, you can just fill them up with little tiny dots just along your creases. So again, we're kind of creating this illusion of this folds of your pumpkin. Next week, we'll start coloring this in. Again, you're gonna complete your whole pumpkin to fill it in with the one color of dot sequence. Good job.